Good afternoon, you crazy metalheads and you rockers in this crazy world that we live in. Like I told you before, only you can do something about it to make it positive. What I would suggest is drink a cup of coffee, write music, write some lyrics if that's your thing. But today, it's webisode number 92. I'm Al Ditton. I'm with Underground Noise Webzine. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend David Polito for putting this interview, together for me. So shout out to David from Italy. Tonight's guest is Jason from the band called Startthemonkey. Welcome to
Hello.
the show, Jason.
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm not familiar with your band too much. I mean, I listen to a little bit of your music on YouTube, and the first question I would like to ask you is, who came up with the name Start the Monkey, and how did you come up with that idea?
Well, the name came from our drummer George, right? If I remember correctly, he was listening to a song from the Pixies or something or other, that type of music. And there's this lyric like "Start the monkey" or something, or "Start up the monkey," something like that. I don't remember correctly, exactly. And it's like, oh yeah, that works. It's more, wake up, get up, do something type of name. It's more societal, more something like that. And that's why on the album cover we've got, I don't know if you've seen it, we've got the monkey with the wind up. It's
Yeah,
more of a
it's your
reference to that.
Facebook page. I
Yeah,
was
that's
looking
the
at
reference
your
for the
Facebook
album art.
page. Yeah, that's really something. I was like, whoa, that's a really unique name.
Yeah, it was by accident, as most names I think happen. Like someone suggested it. I wasn't part of the band back then when that happened. Yeah, I came in later.
That's cool though, Jason. What instrument do you play in the band?
Well, I am the vocalist
Oh,
and I
okay.
play the flute.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've
That's
got a
really
flute in for
cool.
one song for this album, at the very least.
For you personally, what would you say is what bands have inspired you or influenced you throughout the years? Name.
Well, to name a few, um, influence in style for like atmospheric style is Catatonia.
Okay. I kind of caught
Um,
that vibe. I also caught an Opeth vibe from you guys.
yeah, Opeth, Draconian, Paradise Lost. Like it's more doomy, more dark for the feel of the music of my lyrics. But the way I write the lyrics, uh, is still Catatonia with the more dark and more doomy and more what you call it now, depressive undertones. And also, it's a band called Slice the Cake.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, um they're a death metal band, deathcore band. I just write, they don't write lyrics in a traditional sense because I don't write lyrics in a traditional sense either. It's more like a poem than a song. The way I write, there's no reference, there's no bridges, nothing. It's just one piece of sheet, and I just go down
So you
like a
just go with
story.
the flow.
Yeah, I don't repeat much. Like I don't have a refrain basically or a couplet, nothing like that.
Are there any bands that are blowing your mind nowadays? There's a few that I've been listening to that really surprised me, like Crusadist, Elusive Travel. I'm not sure if you know who Elusive Travel are.
No, look at this point, I've been listening to Renaissance Room for the past few days. They're Italian progressive doom band, which I really like. They've only got two albums. Uh, some DSBM Non and Thy Light, which I really like. This, but it depends on my mood. Sometimes I can go from one spectrum of music to the other one. Like one day I can listen to classical music, one day jazz, one day I can even listen to psychedelic trance. It depends on the mood. So I don't really have something that I really listen to.
Yeah, with me, I'm the same way. It's good to have an open mind for music.
Yes, I don't. It's easy. I'm cool as long as it's not pop. I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
I was going to tell you a little bit about Elusive Travel. They just put an album out a while back ago. It's called Soul Distortion. And my friend
Yeah.
Chris Dallson's the one that had formed that band. They've been around for a while. They're an American doom metal band, kind of like the bands we were just talking about. And I could send you the link after this interview if you want to check it out.
Yeah, if you may, that would be nice.
Yeah, I can definitely do
If you
that.
may.
Shout out to Chris. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing good.
Hello, Chris.
Yeah, I kind of worry about him. He's been dealing with some health issues, but
Uh,
I'm
yeah, I
sending
hope the
him
best.
positive vibes.
I
So
hope the best.
big shout out to my homie Chris. I haven't seen you in years, man. But yeah, other than that, what can you tell me about this new album that you guys are putting out? Are you excited about it?
Yes, I'm excited about it. It's basically our first album because the other one is an EP with only 2 songs. I wasn't on that one. That was the previous singer. Anyway, um, as the name suggests, Open Psyche, right? It's more how a person in a city, a metropolis, really, how he feels psychologically with his life, but in a more depressive, angry, you know, closed in type of self. Like the quarantine and all that, there's also a big influence in the lyrics because we wrote it during the quarantine, the album. We had to sneak around a bit to say the truth.
Hey, sometimes real life events do portray a good story in music.
Exactly. So I used that. There was a big influence on how I felt, and I wrote the lyrics. I don't know. Hope it's good.
I can definitely understand that because with me, whenever I write my lyrics and write my music, I base it off of stuff that's like real to life. Could be anything,
Yes, yes, me too.
because like my song called Decimation of Arrogance, it's a song that's against racism and how much I can't stand hatred of any form.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
stuff like that. So try not to put up with too much of it. It's kind of hard sometimes.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, whatever. I can't deal with you right now.
My next question for you, Jason, would be while you've been on stage, what's the craziest thing that you've ever seen happen?
Well, okay. This is a question not the best for me because I've only been on stage twice, really. We're a new band. Basically, we've formed. We're new, and I personally have not done very many lives. Like I've done some with the flute in recitals, but that's not something to shout about. When I was younger, I used to do dancing. Nothing crazy happened there. So I've only been to two, both of them in a small place. But I've been to lives and I've seen like the singers jump off and people fight and whatever. So I've been in too many mosh pits to count, but nothing that I've been, yeah. But because of the very little sample size that I have as a singer, I can't say really.
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago I saw a band getting ready to perform, but their sound quality wasn't coming out the way it wanted to. So I was like, well, that sucks. Maybe they'll get it right one of these times. So eventually they finally got it right. They only played like 5 songs. I was a little bit disappointed, but they sounded good.
Yeah, sound is difficult sometimes, especially here in Greece. There are some places that are really, well, no, I'm not going to say that word, really bad sounds.
Oh,
Like
you
it's
can say
bad.
it.
Monetization, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean this show
Like
can
it's
be
really
all right.
bad sound. Perfect.
Yes,
Also,
sir.
it's
Why the
a really
hell
bad.
not?
You've got really bad sounds. You've got you've got sound engineers who have not really studied the sound engineering, so they don't know what they're doing. And sometimes the equipment is also subpar. So it depends on where you go. If you're lucky, if you're not lucky, if you bring your own equipment or not, if you know a few stuff or not. Because there are some bands who have gone to one live one day and there's shit, and then a few months later they're perfect. So it's weird. The sound that getting it right is very weird if you're not a big band with your own sound engineers and everything.
How long does the writing process usually take?
Well, it depends. Technically, it takes a few years, but because the way we write music is we jam. We're a jamming band. Everything comes from a jam. So we have our own studios down in Pirea, where a lot of other, it's an underground area basically. You got bands, metal bands that go there and have their own studios. And so we record them, what we play during our sessions. And then slowly we comb through everything, see what we like, see what is compatible with each other. And then we compile that all together. And then after that, we start writing, adding, subtracting, whatever. And then I put the lyrics in afterwards at the last minute, basically.
Okay, that's cool. With me, sometimes, most of the time, rather, for me personally, I get my lyrics out, then I can hear the music in my head, and I'm like, okay. Because some people can actually hear music in their head and just play it like right away. Personally, myself, it doesn't happen like that. I got to take it, note for note, like real slow.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I don't write music really. I can play music. Like I've been doing this since I was 6, been playing the flute, but I've never been able to write music. It's not really my forte. I could do a jam on top of it if you want, but that's about it. I haven't really tried either, to say the truth. And if you give me a melody, any melody, maybe doom, black, death, whatever, I can give you lyrics on the fly. Like I can sing a proper song on the fly. It's easy for me to do that. As long as you give me a melody, I'm done.
That's really cool. How were you introduced to metal music or extreme metal for that matter?
Well, metal music, basically from a friend of my father's. He introduced me back in the day to Black Sabbath, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Megadeth. But I was what, like 7, 6? I can't remember really. But I didn't know it as metal. I had it as hard rock in my mind, so I don't really count that. It happened when I was going from 9th grade to 10th grade, basically. Yeah. And a friend of mine down in my village introduced me to Graveworm. I think they're Italian or Austrian band. I can't remember really. We play gothic black doom, no, black death gothic. It's a weird one, and it's yeah. That was my first extreme metal band that I listened to, and from then on, I never looked back. Really,
Oh, that's
never
cool.
looked back. Yeah.
Yeah, with me it was Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Pink Floyd, even though they're not really metal, but still, they
No,
are technical in their
count
own
that.
way.
Yeah, it's Led Zeppelin. You've got Nirvana. I've got Placebo. I grew up with Placebo, Lenny Kravitz. There's a lot of bands you can say that influenced me in the music.
Absolutely. There's definitely a lot there. I
Too
like
many to count,
almost
really.
anything myself, but sometimes I tell people, hey, if I don't like it, let's go play frisbee. Just take the disc and throw it, see how far you can scale that. Call it disc golf instead of frisbee golf.
Oh yeah, that is true. There's that. They do that.
There's a lot of us metalheads that play cornhole. You ever hear of that game before?
Yeah, and I've seen it on the YouTubes and how it's what it is. We don't really have that in Greece, really.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely competitive. Some people are really fierce about it, and they'll just sink that, you know, sack of corn right through the hole, and you're just like, how did they do that so precisely? Holy shit, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we don't do that. We drink competitively here in Greece.
And sometimes you got to compete with that, or pie eating contests, or hot dogs, or whatever it might be.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what it is. How much you can eat, how much you can drink,
Yeah, with me,
basically.
I stick to my Mountain Dew soda.
Yeah, I drink water most of the day, really.
It's good to be hydrated.
Yeah. I like water. I drink my beer. I drink my spirits, basically, but mostly when I'm out.
That's
I don't
cool.
drink anymore, really, that
Yeah.
much.
When it comes to alcohol, I'll drink kombucha. It's kind of one of those probiotic drinks, and it's supposed to help with digestion and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that drink. I've never had it. I don't think.
It's
Nah.
basically fermented tea, and it's made with juice and other stuff and living bacteria, basically healthy bacteria.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I've never seen that in Greece. I don't know. We don't probably don't have it.
yeah. I'll have to send you a link to some of that as well, so you can check it
Yeah,
out.
you should.
So it's pretty tasty. I'm not gonna lie. You know, they got all sorts of different flavors from like pineapple to mango to watermelon to lavender to
Okay.
elderberry juniper flavor, all sorts of crazy stuff.
Nice. Okay, that sounds interesting, really.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Speaking of stuff, what's your local music scene like? I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of bands out there. One that I know of is the band called Incineration.
Okay, yeah. Well, in our scene specifically, in the more extreme post doomies, whatever you want to call it, the hybrid that we are, is there aren't very many bands really. They're like a very few, and not really well known outside of Greece. You've got Sadhus, really, Half Gram of Summer, Las Rizla. I can't remember anybody else in that I've seen really. You've got we've got a lot of thrash metal bands, really. A lot of them, too many to count, too many to name. We've got a lot of black metal bands, really, also too. Like we're high on those. Really, those two are really the highest. Some death. We've got a lot of stoner bands also. Like you can throw a rock and somebody's either stoner, thrash, or black. Really, it's one of them. So
Are you
we've
familiar?
got a lot of bands. The biggest problem in Greece is there's no proper PR for it really outside of Greece.
Are you familiar with the band called Disharmony?
No, I'm not.
Okay, they're from Greece too, and they sound a lot like Nevermore, and that's one of their biggest inspirations.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm working on scheduling an interview with those guys. So big shout out to
awesome.
Disharmony. Keep on shredding, you guys. You guys rule.
Yes, you should. Yeah,
Has
it's
anybody ever...
weird.
Go ahead, man.
No, I'm just trying to say, it's Greece is like one of the most highest populated metal. No, let me say properly. Like we've got like one of the highest metal people per capita, right? And we don't have a lot of metal bands outside of Greece, really. It's only very few. It's a
Oh,
pity.
I'll have to keep my eyes open and just keep searching for more bands from Greece because you guys
Yes.
really blow my mind. I was really surprised by your sound when I
Oh,
first heard
thank you.
the band. Yeah, I was like, Start the Monkey? What kind of fucking name is that? I thought to myself. And then I listened and I was like, okay, I got Opeth influence sound here, Paradise Lost, some Opeth, some Bloodbath maybe.
Uh, it's weird, really, to say the truth. I've got basically all four of us. We're four members, right? The drummer is more of a rock, post-rock type of influence in the band. Our guitarist, he's post-rock, post-metal, black metal, more the extreme stuff. Our bassist is generic metal, Slipknot, Metallica, and all of those. And we just all mash together, and it's that's it basically. It's basically our styles of metal mashed up together. We make Startthemonkey.
So it's kind of like if you put fruits like bananas and apples and strawberries in a blender and you mix it all up, that's what it would be like a smoothie.
Yes, it just sounds good.
A metal smoothie. How about
Yeah,
that?
Look, to say the truth, it's been going around for the past few years because we've got like bands that are in our type of sphere, which are well known as Amenra, Cult of Luna, Ocean Collective. Like
Never
those three
called
bands are
Luna.
really the biggest of this type of mesh of a lot of stuff. Some are more doomy, some are more progressive, some are more black. So it depends. That's it. Just a mesh of everything together, and it's just that's it.
Speaking of Cult of Luna, are they still writing music?
Yeah, they 2022 they released the newest album
Oh,
a
okay.
year ago,
I wasn't
and I
so
went to
sure.
them. I went to the live. They came to Greece. When did they come?
That's
I think
awesome. I wasn't sure if they were still around or not.
yeah, they're around. They're around. I
Cool.
think they came September, October, somewhere over there.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check out that new album.
Yeah, it's really good.
What's your favorite thing about being a vocalist? And also, how do you sustain your energy?
Well, my favorite thing about being a vocalist is the release of all the negativity. Like I sing, if I give that everything, and then I'm just relaxed. Like I even sing during the day, like going down the street or in my house or whatever. I just sing and give everything out, and just so I can relax. That's what it is for me. It's a catharsis, basically, of all the negativity, the anger, anything that's holding me back. It's released, and I'm free, no burden, really. And how I sustain it is quite easy, really. Um, as I said before, I've been playing the flute for since I was 6, and basically I breathe from down here. That's where I keep all my breath and the chest. And so I sing with an open chest or a closed chest, depending on the type of growl I want to do. I don't use a lot of my throat as other people do. So that's how I can sustain it for a very long time and not get really tired, to say the truth.
Is it hard to switch off from growling and then clean singing?
Um, no, not really. It's not the easiest thing in the world, I'm gonna say. I'm not really good at clean singing. Like I can only hit specific like 5, 6 notes really. Everything else has to be in a growl or in a you know something like that. I need to put something in it extra other than clean vocals because I'm not really good at it. Never have. I don't think I will be. To say the
Yeah,
truth.
I figured I'd throw that one out there just because there's some bands that can do it and some bands they just sound like utter crap, you know?
Yeah, I like in the album, I've got 2 songs in which I sing in a clean voice, but they're not high energy parts of the song. It's a low, it's a mellow, it's time to relax, and I'm gonna sing relaxively. That's how I can sing, like with the clean vocals. In the EP that you might have heard, the 2 songs, that was the other singer who could do a bit more in the area of clean vocals than me.
I can totally dig both sides, man. You both have good voices.
Yes, yes. I've been doing growls since I was 15, really. Or when I
Yeah,
was trying when I was 15.
I was around the same age. I was listening to Mortification, Scrolls of the Megaloth, and listening to Deicide and Cannibal Corpse and Suffocation.
Yeah, that's
Like, "Roar, this is what I
old
want,
school.
man."
Old school. Yeah, I tried to copy basically three bands. Septic Flesh, which are Greek. I don't know if you know them. Very
Oh
big
yeah,
melodic.
Septic Flesh. I
Yeah,
I know that band.
one of my favorites. I copied basically him, Amon Amarth, and Draconian. Those were
Oh,
my
Marth
early
is awesome.
those were my early influences of trying to do the growls, really. And then slowly, I started creating my own techniques and doing whatever I thought was right
It's
after a
cool you
while there.
mentioned Amon Marth because just yesterday I was talking with somebody. I don't remember who it was, but I saw something about Amon Marth, and I said, "Yeah, that's Viking metal at its finest."
Yeah, I love them. I love them. I haven't seen them though. It was every time they've been here, I've either not been able to, I don't have enough money to go. So yeah, it's a pity, really.
Are there any upcoming shows that you're looking forward to?
Yes, next month, Catatonia are coming. They're my favorite band, really, to
Heck
tell the
yeah,
truth.
that's
I love them
awesome.
to death. I've seen that this is going to be my second time I'm going to see them. I know all the songs by heart, really. Other than that, who's coming in the summer? Um, we've got this festival in the summer, and we've got Nightwish coming. Quite a few bands. Not really. I don't really know who's yet. I haven't seen anything really that's coming up that I really want to go to. I'm quite selective with what I want to spend my money on, to
Hey,
tell the
that's
truth.
smart. That's smart because that way you can pick and choose what show will benefit you the most or
Exactly,
more
because
people can see.
I'm not rich. Hopefully one day. You know,
Well,
I'm in a medium or sub-medium, you know, wage, and I spend most of it on the band anyway.
I'll tell you something though. I'm happy to be rich with the love I've got for people rather than the cash, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of, ah, if one day if it happens, good. If it doesn't, I don't care. Well,
Hey,
as long as I can live, I'm good. Really.
give it your best shot each and every time. You don't need to be perfect because no one's perfect, right?
Yeah, nobody is perfect.
Yep. Unfortunately, we're all one and the same, I suppose.
Human.
That's right.
Really,
That's right.
a human.
What would you like to say to your fans, Jason? What would you like to let them know?
Uh, well, basically, just enjoy the music, really. Just enjoy your life. Nothing should really bother you, really. Just be relaxed, free, and open-minded, and just that's it, basically. Just relax. It's okay. Everything is gonna be okay if you think it's gonna be okay, really.
Absolutely. Very nice advice right there.
That's my mantra, really. Just is relax. Let's figure out. Let's think logically how I'm gonna go from here to here. What I'm gonna do. How it's gonna happen. I
Yep.
don't scramble.
Just picture it out in your mind and go with a positive outlook. You'll have a positive outcome each and every time, for sure.
Yeah. Well, most of the times. Yeah, sometimes luck isn't with you. It happens.
This might sound like an off the wall question to you, but it just came to me in my head on
Yeah, sure.
the spot. Has anybody ever told you that you somewhat resemble Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia murder? Rest in power, Trevor.
No, nobody's ever told me that.
Yeah, you look a little similar to Trevor from Black Dahlia murder.
Okay,
I think it's the beard and the glasses are what's doing it for me.
maybe I don't know. Nobody's ever told me that before.
Yeah, it's a huge compliment for you.
When I was younger, somebody told me I look like Brad Pitt, so I don't know which is better.
That's funny because back in March I went to see Christian and Vader in Decrepit Birth, and it was Vader's 40th anniversary.
Ooh, yeah.
There were two people that went to that show and they're like, "Hey man, you look a lot like Glenn Benton." I said, "Thanks, I get it all the time." And then during the show, this girl comes up to me, she's like, "Sir, you look like Glenn Benton." I said, "Well, thanks, I appreciate it." And I'm
Awesome.
thinking, it's a small world, man. Everybody's got a doppelganger or a crazy twin out there somewhere. Mine just happened to
It's
be in Tampa.
yeah. Sometimes it's the light also which reflects on you, how it looks, the darkness. There's a lot of stuff going on. It might be the camera that is the gives you the perception.
Yeah, it throws you off guard sometimes. You're like, "Oh, is that Glenn?" Nope, that's Al Denton with Underground Noise Webzine. Whoops, wrong person. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's funny because people have mistaken me for being a female because of my long hair. When I used to live out west, I remember the one time somebody says to me, "Oh, I like your pretty hair," and I turn around, I'm like, "I'm a dude," and I hear, "Oh, sorry, sir, I'll leave you alone." And I'm like, "Oh my God, don't judge a book by its cover." And before
That
you
never
say
actually
something,
happened
what
to
the
me.
hell?
That never happened to me. I don't know. Because I had long hair until around here a few years ago. Oh, yeah.
What
and
made
I
you
cut.
quit?
Well, hair loss basically,
Oh, okay.
because I was starting to, so I need to strengthen it again before I eventually might grow it out again.
Well, don't feel bad. You know what they say about us people with big foreheads? We headbutt harder when we got bigger brains.
Oh yeah.
It's true, dude. It's so damn true. There's no way around it.
Okay.
Shit, that's fucking hilarious. Well, hey, Jason, I've only got about 8 minutes here left with you. My last question for you would be, do you have any last words for Underground Noise Webzine?
Well, I don't know. Really, this is my first time actually doing an interview like this. Really, most of the times it's only for jobs. Uh, I want to thank you really for giving us this opportunity. I really do. It's amazing that you do this for so many bands that are not really well known. Like they have their own following because of friends and family, and not really outside of the circles. And it's a very beautiful thing you do. Really, I appreciate it. All of my band members appreciate it, and I hope all the other bands that you have gotten before and will come again will appreciate you as much as we do. Really, that's all I can say.
Hey,
It's
I
a beautiful thing you
appreciate
do.
you guys too. Thank
You're a
you.
beautiful soul, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And you guys are
You're welcome.
always welcome on my show.
Yes.
Well, everybody, this has been Webisode number 92. I hope you're subscribed. And if you're not, it's right there in the bottom right corner as you're watching this. Welcome, Jason, to my show again. I just wanted,
Hello, hello.
it was good to have you tonight, sir.
Good to have you too.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
Yes.